And so I think a leadership plays a big role in that. What do you think about that and that really that communication piece, really,
Well,
communicating to your employees that
yes.
where are we going?
So that is that, and really, I mean, we're really getting to the crux of it now. I mean, that's everything. And being able to not just communicate to your employees, but be able to listen to your employees. And that's where, as in leadership, we need to be, you need to have these communication channels that doesn't hinder the business. A
Mhm.
lot of people be like, oh, I just don't have time for that. I can't spend all day talking to my employees. And we get that, but we do have to incorporate communication channels that effectively lets those employees know their involvement and what they're doing and the goals that we're achieving as a business. And the more that they feel involved and more they feel pulled in, I mean, that's going to be the buy-in. You're going to see that on your return on investment. It's
Mhm.
going to be there. The numbers, back up when we talk about retention numbers and what that means as far as a growth curve
Mhm.
and what those employees can do for you. And if we ever lose sight of that, and they're walking out the door because they don't feel involved or they don't feel communicated with, they're going to go find it somewhere else.
Right.
And I think that's just hugely important that we get into those communication channels that makes the most sense for the
Yeah,
business.
and I just think with all the technologies, there's no way we shouldn't be communicating.
There
Just
there
yeah,
isn't.
I know we got
Yeah,
email, and sometimes that stuff, technology can overwhelm us too.
it
But I
can.
think with so many technology tools that we have
Right.
nowadays, like we should be in a constant state of communication with
That's right.
employees, a constant state of communications within our teams. Leadership should be just being consistent in doing that.
The solutions are there.
Mhm.
And these businesses, these communication channels that are being developed, that are technology that's being pushed out there, I mean, they've done their homework. They
Mhm.
know that this is a in the HR world when it comes to people software and what exists. I mean, that's upwards of $1 billion industry.
Right.
They didn't invent that overnight. They've done their studies. They know this is where this is
Right.
going, and we just have to look at how that does make sense for us.
Mhm.
When I visit with employees, especially, unfortunately, sometimes as an exit interview because they're leaving the business, it's amazing. So sadly, it's not as surprising anymore when I hear somebody say, I didn't feel like I really just, was part of the business. I mean,
Mhm.
I never heard from my supervisor. I never really knew if I was doing good or not doing
Yeah.
good. And